What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we're going to be talking about the Super EZA that we are getting for STR Super Gogeta, as well as the INT Super JANEMBA. Now, we are actually going to be talking about the details for him, because apparently from what I've been reading, there's a lot of very upset players for what they've done with both Gogeta and maybe JANEMBA. I haven't actually fully looked at their details yet to really comprehend what they're doing. So we're going to check them out. We're going to kind of, go over them, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on them as well. We do have the translations and everything here, thanks to our good friend Minato. So let's take a look at this real quick and see what has got everybody in a frenzy, because people are saying he's terrible, expecting a bit more. I don't know what people are complaining about, so let's find out here. So we have STR Super Gogeta. Super EZA details. Let's see. So he gets 2 key, 200% attack and defense, attacks effective against all types, high chance to perform a crit, launches an additional attack with a high chance to be a super. Okay. So attacks effective against all types, high chance to perform a crit. Okay. So he doesn't need crit. Launches an additional attack with a high chance to be a super. Okay. So you could probably go dodge or additional with him already, since he's got the high chance to perform a crit. Okay. 100% attack and defense when attacking. Okay. When collecting key spheres, if this character is placed in second or third in a turn, okay, so second or third slot, launches an additional super, gives 2 key and 40% attack for all allies. Okay, so he's a support unit in slot 2 or 3. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, he gets 50% attack and defense and a 10% chance to perform a crit. Okay. It's kind of similar to what he did before. Actually, hold on. Let me pull up the details of the EZA for Super Gogeta, and then the details for JANEMBA. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I've got the details pulled up here for what we had with Gogeta with his original EZA. So, I mean, before he didn't do much, obviously. Then when he got his EZA, see, causes immense damage to the enemy, lowers attack and defense. He had 77% attack and defense. Attacks are effective against all types. And for every rainbow key sphere obtained, he got 7% attack. Okay, so now he's getting 200% attack and defense, so that's much higher than that. Attacks effective against all types, which he actually did end up keeping. Now he's got a high chance to perform a crit, launch an additional attack, a high chance to become a super. Okay, so he gets an additional here. You put him in slot 2 or 3, he guarantees an additional super. So he can attack 3 times before the hidden potential. Okay, that seems pretty good so far. 2 key and 40% attack for all allies, so he's a support unit now. Okay, so that's very good. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, so before he only got 7% attack, whereas here he's getting 50% attack and defense and a chance to perform a crit plus 10%. So if you get 5 rainbow key spheres, which is possible to get, he can do up to 250% additional attack and defense and a 50% chance to crit, along with the high chance to perform a crit right there. So okay. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with him so far. For every attack performed, he gets 50% defense up to 200%. So basically, I mean, if you put him in slot 2 or 3, you could theoretically, you can get him up to the full 200% defense on 1 turn, because you would have his normal attack, his additional right here. You get the guaranteed additional right here, and then the hidden potential additional. So you literally could get the 200% defense on his first attack. And then damage reduction plus 10% up to 30% within the same turn. Yeah, so you put him in slot 2 or 3 and he's going to get 30% damage reduction easily. Okay. There's a superclass enemy. He gets 77% attack with a great chance to guard all attacks. Okay. When he's fighting an extreme class enemy, he gets 77% attack and defense, guarantees a crit, and guards all attacks. Okay. So I'm kind of confused on why are people complaining about him? He's effective against all types. Basically performs a crit. He has a guaranteed crit against extreme class. He's got 100% attack and defense here. He's got 200% attack and defense here. He's supporting everybody here. He's doing an additional guaranteed in a slot 2 or 3. For every rainbow key sphere, 50% attack and defense. He gets an extra 200% defense here, 30% damage reduction, an extra 77% attack and defense when fighting an extreme class, guards all attacks. Like, I mean, I think he's going to be hitting pretty hard. I'm not sure what people are like so upset about here. Because I see a lot of people mentioning like INT Buhan, which I don't know if actually, here we go. Let's pull you up real quick. I see a lot of people mentioning Buhan and comparing him to comparing the two. So they both have 200% attack and defense. They both launch an additional super. So he changes key spheres, tech to rainbow. He recovers HP at the end of the turn, which is pretty standard for a lot of these Majin Buu units. He gets an extra 200% attack and defense with 12 or more key. Then starting from the 5th turn, he randomly changes key spheres to INT. Are people complaining about this because he's like a nuking style unit? Because this guy, I mean, he gets 40% attack and 30% defense per key sphere obtained, but he's a nuking style unit. I mean, I'm pretty sure like, yeah, pre-EZA, for every key sphere obtained, he got 12% attack. Like, this guy has always been a nuking style unit. So is that what people are complaining about? Is the fact that like Gogeta doesn't do this? Because Gogeta's never had that in his kit, and Buhan has. Got a 99%, basically a 99% chance to crit. Or sorry, 66% chance to crit, 66% damage reduction. Actually, no, this is 99% for every rainbow key sphere. Gets 100% attack and defense when there's a superclass enemy, and he gives 3 key and 30% attack against superclass, and then 20% attack and 50% attack and defense when fighting an extreme class enemy. Whereas Gogeta is literally getting 77%, guarantees crit and guards. I don't know what people are complaining about. I think this Gogeta is going to be really good. So I don't know. And then against superclass enemies, he still has a great chance to guard all attacks. So it's not like he's not going to have guard. He just has the great chance to do it, but he still guards. I mean, I don't know what people complain about. I think this Super Gogeta is actually really good. Obviously, we haven't seen him in game yet. They just dropped the news for us last night, but I don't see any issues with this Gogeta. I think people are just complaining just to complain because they thought this guy should be, I don't know, hitting for 60 million attack stats or something. Like, guys, this is a old unit. This man came out in 2016. Like, let's relax a little. Like, I mean, he's going to be good. I think he'll actually probably be better than Buhan. I think people are just reading the details and just, they haven't seen him in game yet, but I think he's going to be better. Personally, he's got more utility actually. So I don't know. I like Super Gogeta so far. Let's check out Super JANEMBA here. So let's see. Updated the image. Okay, so here's the updated one. Okay, let's see. Super easy. Actually, let's also take a look at JANEMBA currently. So 70% attack and defense, guarantees guard. After guard's activated, he's got a medium chance to dodge, and he gets 40% attack for 4 turns. Okay, that's currently what JANEMBA had, which actually his EZA was very good for a very long time. So let's see what JANEMBA gets now. 2 key, 200% attack and defense. All right, automatically better than what we had before. Guarantees guard, high chance to evade enemies' attacks. Okay. Until attacking, he's got a chance to evade enemies' attacks plus 20%. Okay, so he's got 20% chance to dodge before attacking. When collecting key spheres, if this character is placed in first or third, he's got a 20% chance to evade. Gets 2 key, 40% defense for all allies. Okay, so he's a support unit in slot 1 or 3. When receiving an attack, he gets 100% attack and defense. Okay, so he's basically, you put him in slot 1. Because I believe even if he dodges, he still should get this 100% attack and defense. For every attack received or evaded, he gets 50% attack up to 200%. Okay, so 4 dodges or 4 hits. He's built up right here. After dodging an attack, he launches an additional super for 4 turns. High chance to dodge. After dodging, launch an additional super for 4 turns. Great utility right here. Until he attacks, 20% chance to dodge, high chance to dodge. After dodging, okay, so we're looking good. When facing a superclass enemy, he gets 200% defense and attacks are effective against all types. While guarding, while dodging. When facing an extreme class enemy, he gets 100% defense with a great chance for attacks to be effective against all types. While guarding. While dodging. I mean, JANEMBA looks good. Slot 1. I mean, I've always used him as a slot 1 unit. Like when he got his EZA originally, when he was guarding all attacks, and after his guard was activated, he had a medium chance to dodge. I literally just put him in slot 1 so he can get hit, get that guard active, and then he was dodging. So now he's got obviously guaranteed guard. He's got higher attack and defense. Now he just has a high chance to evade. He doesn't have to get hit first. Until he attacks, he's got a 20% chance to dodge. The first or third attacker, he gets more dodge. And he supports defense for all allies, which is good for extreme class. Gets 100% attack and defense when he receives an attack. Then he gets up to 200% more attack after he's been hit 4 times or dodges 4 times, or the combination. And then after dodging, he additionals for 4 turns guaranteed. So normal super, guaranteed super, hidden potential super. Okay. Good. 200% defense and attacks effective against all types when superclass enemy. 100% defense and a great chance for attacks to be effective against all types against extreme class. I think JANEMBA is actually very good. I mean, high chance here. That's what I believe. That's a 50% chance. We got 20% here, 20% here. So he's got a 90% chance to dodge until he attacks in slot 1 with guard. So I think JANEMBA is actually very good. Which makes sense because they actually, when this JANEMBA got his EZA, this was very good right here. Back in the day, this was actually a very good EZA. So I think they did very well with JANEMBA. I do like what they did with him. I have no complaints there. Let me see. Gogeta is the one that people are seemingly complaining about, but I really don't get why. Like, he has guaranteed crit, guaranteed guard against extreme class. Throw him in slot 2 or 3. He supports, does the additional supers, launches an additional right here. I mean, this guy can super up to 4 times. 100% attack and defense every time he attacks. I mean, you can get up to 250% additional attack and defense for if you get 5 rainbow key spheres. 50% chance to crit here. 50%. I mean, I don't understand why people are complaining about it. I think you guys are literally complaining just to complain. I mean, he literally can get full defense right here from one turn. And he gets 30% damage reduction with guard and guaranteed crits and attacks effective against all types. And he's going to super 4 times. Dude, I don't understand you guys. You guys literally just complain just to complain, I think. I think Super Gogeta is actually very good. I think Super JANEMBA is very good. I really like both of their Super EZAs, and I honestly can't wait for them to come out because I want to test them out and see how good they actually are. Let me know down in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are on these units, because I am curious to see why you guys are so upset about it. But me personally, I think they did very well with these two. And plus, considering the LR JANEMBA was very good with his EZA, X Super Gogeta is very good after his EZA, and plus we know a certain unit is coming in part 2 who is obviously going to outshine this Super Gogeta. It makes sense why they did it the way they did. Super Vegito, AGL Super Vegito is not better than Tech LR Vegito, but he still has a role. This Gogeta has a role, and I think people are just complaining just to complain, just to be 100% honest with you guys. But either way, let me know down in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Brother Russia, the whale of whales, rainbow everything, buying all the sales. In Dokkan battle, I reign supreme. 10K stones, it's not a dream.